Hello and welcome to Clanfolk. Clanfolk is a medieval colony simulator set in the Scottish Highlands. Harness your environment to survive, fish, gather, hunt, and farm as you prepare for the harsh winter. Build an inn, trade with other clans, and have children and marry them off. Live life and prosper across the generations. Clanfolk begins in 1300 Scotland, as your clan arrives on a small fief to develop as their own. And that will be the end of my attempt at an accent here. Welcome. Thank you for joining me for this game. This is Clanfolk. It is a colony simulator, as I said, in the vein of Dwarf Fortress, RimWorld, Oxygen Not Included, those types of games. But unlike the first two of those games, and more like the third, there is no combat. You do still, of course, hunt animals, but they really don't seem to fight back, at least not yet. And since there is no combat, I am interested. As you all know, I think, I'm not very interested in games with random raiding attacks like some of the other games in the genre, so we are here for this. I want to thank the publisher Hooded Horse for providing me with a key to play this for you, and I've been wanting to feature this game on my channel now for a couple of weeks, but there's just been so many other games that I haven't gotten to it until now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. So in the settings, there are quite a few settings options. I'm going to turn off the combined cursor to screen. I'm going to leave screen edge panning on, although I may not keep it on. I guess we could turn on the autosave just to be safe. Celsius, that's fine. I will leave that on Celsius for the 90-something% of the world that uses Celsius, and I have no problem with Celsius, so that's fine. I'm going to also turn to run in background in case I need to click away from the game for some reason. I don't know what strict skill priorities... Oh, I do know what that means, and we're going to leave that off. Alright, let's do that. Let's see, video settings, usual common types of things. We could cap the FPS. Maybe that's a good idea for, I don't have VSync, so maybe that's a good idea for playing this, especially with recording it. And sound, of course, the music sounds pretty good. I did turn it down a little bit. If it's a little too quiet, maybe I'll turn it back up for the next episode. And then credits, of course, the names of the developers, which developers are MinMax Games Limited. Here's the names of the people who were involved, PR team, and Hooded Horse publisher. Oops, there we go. I thought I clicked all the way down and it didn't. There we go. Clanfolk uses many sounds from freesound.org. I assume those are, well, safe to use on YouTube. Alright, so let's go back here, and we will jump in and see what the new game involves. So here you can choose to devote 3 points to these 5 different aspects of the game. Lakes will give you more access to things like fishing, of course, and also access to water for bathing and something else. I think just drinking. Mountains are where you'll find stone, large amounts of stone, as well as iron. Forest is for trees, obviously. Grassland is just open space, but it might also include... Actually, no, it isn't just open space. It's actually all the different types of grasses, like hay, or grasses and grains, oats, flax that you can harvest, and then wildlife is, well, how much wildlife there is. I think I'll go with more lakes, more mountains, and more grassland for this. You can also turn them down if you'd like to get yourself more points. So that's how you do it. And you can randomly choose a seed here. I don't know a good seed. I didn't focus on finding a good seed, so we're just going to go in with a random seed. And let's build the world. Terraforming. Settings 11010. Alright, so we can regenerate the map if we don't like this one. Right away we can see here there's some, I think these are oats, I'm not sure though, as well as there are some different grasses in here. Somewhere there are, there's flax, somewhere there's hay. I don't know what the difference is from this point of view. We can also see here all the mountainy areas here, that's these here. You can't tell from this zoom level whether there is iron in the mountains or not, so we're just going to assume that there is enough within a reasonable reach. This is, I believe, all the map we get. Well, actually, there's a little bump there on either end, but that's about all the map we get. So let's build our clan. So one of the interesting things about this game is that you can pick the clan, the last name that you want to choose for your clan. And obviously each clan name comes with a tartan. And I think we're going to go with Mackenzie. I like the pattern of colors in Mackenzie. And if you've watched the Outlander series or read the books, you'll also know why from there. Well, you know why, because, yeah. So we're going to go with Mackenzie. We can, and then it also shows their words here, which reminds you also, if you've watched Game of Thrones, a little of that as well. So, but yeah, I like Mackenzie for multiple reasons, so we're going to go with that. You can choose the difficulty level here, a fresh start, which a clan builds their first homestead. And in this, you can decide, as I said earlier in the introduction, whether you want to just be a group of farmers that just kind of idly trades and just keeps themselves going, or if you would like to start a tavern, inn, or be a trading hub for the region. That's up to you on how you want to proceed with the game. Shepherd, a family is just starting out, tries their hand at managing a flock of sheep. This is difficult, whereas that was recommended. And orphans, their parents are gone, and all they have are a few coins, the chickens they could carry, and each other. Very difficult. And then, of course, we can build our own clan from nothing after, and it suggests just try after surviving the winter. So that could be interesting. I played a little bit of this, but not a whole lot on a fresh start, and that's where we're going to start today as well. Here, this gives us a clan or family tree outline of our clan here. We have Benjamin and Christine. They are seniors. They're a married couple. Their children, I'm assuming one of their children, and then the other one is the other one. Probably the son because of the name, but maybe not. Their children are Anne and Walter. They are husband and wife. They are married, as you can see here by the joined rings. And then they have 3 children themselves, Marjorie, James, and Helene. Helene is a baby. And then, so you basically get 3 male, 3 female, and a baby. And I think the baby is, it changes gender. It's not always the same gender every time. Although maybe it is, because I think it was a female baby when I started my other one. So each person has a skill level toward a few things here, and they also have something they don't like. So let's see, or they have skill level towards something. No, they have skill level towards a few things. So aptitude and experience times 2 if lumber working for Benjamin. Building enjoys at level, or at enjoyment multipliers 2, and then harvesting enjoyment multipliers -1. So we want to focus Benjamin on logging lumber rather than and building rather than harvesting. Christine likes clothes, farming, or is good at clothes, likes farming, and does not like lumber. Well, that's good. Anne is good at repair, likes building, and hates lumber. Walter is good at crafting, likes harvesting, and hates lumber. And then Marjorie likes cooking, or is good at cooking, likes mining, hates harvesting. And James is good at doctoring, likes repairing, and hates lumbering. And then the baby doesn't do anything but cost. We can re-roll. Our survival chance is 50% with these. We can re-roll everyone, or we can re-roll individuals here. I think it makes sense to re-roll at least once just to kind of see the differences here, the changes here. Oh no, maybe we can't re-roll everybody at the same time. We could re-roll. Who should we re-roll? Well, he's a gloomy pessimist. She's a pessimist, weary, heavy sleeper. These 2 are optimists. These 2 are afraid of the dark. And he's sickly. I think we're going to go with him first. Hard worker, that's much better. We have Neil now. Neil is a hunter. Likes to harvest, hates gathering. Did I see something about kid brain? Yeah, kid brain. Interesting. And then, oh, you can add children here too. Okay, so you could pull, if you wanted, you could pull this this baby out and add in a male child if you'd like. And that cost us 5 coins here, by the way. We can also buy food to bring with us, which we can't afford because I think because we start out with so much, or we could sell some of these other critters. Okay, I get it. You can sell some of these other things in order to buy some of these things if you wanted to. But I think we're good here. Let's maybe re-roll Christine. Wait, now the reroll cost is 10? Oh, because, right. Yeah, let's reroll Christine first. I think. Lazy, jolly, and heavy sleeper. Well, that spent all of our coins, so I think we're going to have to just go with what we go with here. We could, of course, clear it and regenerate it, but we'll be fine, I think. So let's go ahead and start the clan. Welcome to Clanfolk. Clanfolk will only survive with careful preparation. You can increase their chances with a quick tutorial. Click on the alert. All right, so the camera tutorial, yeah, you do right-click and drag to move the map around. Click this Clan Fellows button to select them. Click, and then click it again to center the camera on them. You can control what Clanfolk will try to do first by prioritizing their skills. Clanfolk will like, dislike, or be extra good at certain jobs. So we can select the gathering skill for Benjamin, and then we can prioritize it up to maximum as requested here. And then that means that this person will gather before anything else. So they start here at the top of their list and they work their way down roughly. That's where the fixed or the force tasks thing came into play in the settings, which I left turned off. This clanful will now gather before anything else. You will need to change skill priorities, assign jobs, and build to keep the clan fellows' attribute bars filled. Sometimes you may need to overwork your clanfolk. This will lower their mood but may keep them alive. So here we can go from work mode normal to overwork to time off and then back to normal again. And then we can also start and stop them. So if we click the stop button, it basically like resets their task queue. So then you start them again and then they'll go pick a new task. So if you really want to reset their task queue, you can do that. All right, they're ready to work again. Tap right click to close the menus. Let's place some objects for clanfolk to use when their attributes get low. First, we'll mark a drink zone. So we'll go here to the survival tutorial and the objects. And here under basic needs, the only thing we can build right now under here is a drink zone. And we need to click on a piece of clear shoreline and shallow water to place the drink zone. I think we'll put that, well, actually, let's see what we have here. Yeah, we could probably put it here. So we'll just do like right there. And then we'll go also for a wash zone. The wash zone allows clanfolk to gain cleanliness. Work, and particularly using the bathroom, lowers cleanliness. Click on a clear shoreline to place a wash zone. I'm going to put this a bit away from the drink zone. Maybe... Nope, we can't do it there. Maybe way up here. It should be fine. And then sleep zone. Some objects can be rotated by pressing the middle mouse or R. Try rotating the sleep zone. Click on clear ground to place the sleep zone when finished rotating. We don't really have a whole lot of space to place this right now, but I'm just going to go down here into this blank space, and we're actually going to need 7 of these eventually because that's how many people we have. So you can put them all down. We probably should, that way I have them reserved for later. There we go. Now your clanfolk can manage their water, cleanliness, and sleep attributes. Next they will need to gather some food. You will need to assign jobs for clanfolk to gather basic resources. Mark some berries to gather food. So we go here, jobs, gather berries, and we need to place 5 gather berries jobs. We're going to do that like that. And then right click to close. Spacebar can be used to toggle the pause. There we go. At the top right, we can speed up the time as well. We can go, or we can press 1, 2, or 3, which gives us 1x, 2x, and 4x speed. We'll put it at 2x because the game wants us to do that before they gather the berries. We can also assign tasks while paused, which we've seen that now. And that's a really good way to have things planned out before you let them do them, which is similar to other games in the genre. Gathering those berries has unlocked the food stockpile. Stockpiles are used to collect resources in one place. Click the stockpiles and then select the food stockpile. Drag a small selection box in an open area to place a 4-square food stockpile. I think we'll put that here. And then we can click on it and we can set a priority setting which also forces them to choose certain jobs over others. So we want the food stockpile to be priority 10 according to the tutorial. Now, Clanfolk will select this food stockpile before any other food stockpiles, regardless of distance. You can reset all stockpile priorities at once. Click the reset stockpile priorities, at the bottom right. There we go. It's possible to pick exactly which items are allowed in a stockpile. Click on the berries to prevent them from being added to this stockpile. As new food items are discovered, they will be added to the stockpile options. And then we're going to let the berries be selected again, and right-click. The food stockpile is ready. Clanfolk will use their hauling skill to fill it up. Wait for them to haul the berries to the stockpile. Remember, you can speed up time. Stockpiles can also be expanded and will maintain their settings. Like the food stockpile, and then we can make this a little bit bigger, like this. And now we need tools to gather better resources. Gather stones and branches to unlock the work zone. So gathering stones, these are all stones laying here on the ground. These are small stones, these are stones as opposed to rocks or, actually I'm not sure if they are, if the other ones are called rocks, if they're just called large stones. Either way, we'll gather some of those. We also need to gather branches, so we'll go ahead and do that as well. And you just kind of do the same with some trees here, and you'll gather branches off the trees. It also looks like it gathers branches off the ground or something too. Not sure on that. Gathering stones and branches has unlocked the work zone. The work zone can combine resources into tools and items. Click here and the work zone. The work zone is a 2x2 square. It has to be a 2x2 square. So we're just going to do that. There is also a small circle spot here. The circle is where the player or the character stands when they're using the zone. So that, just to kind of let you know where that is, that's where that is. So we've gathered some stones out of the ground here. You can see the piles of stones. I don't see any. Oh, here's one. A large rock. Okay. Those also come out of those stone piles here. I don't know if it's certain decorative ones like these ones here versus those ones there, or how that works. So now we click on the work zone, and we have one job for a stone sickle. We can click to build one. This is our crafting choices. Items you can craft, and you can also, and we'll get to this in the tutorial here, but there's a wait until tomorrow button. And then here on the stone sickle, it takes 5 branches, 5 stones, 30 seconds of work time. To make one stone sickle. Work speed is 60%. Inventory is 0 of those items. Flammability is low, and we'll actually get into flammability in a little while. And this just shows you your crafting queue. So there'll be a line of things across here if you craft up a bunch of things. Clicking this button will remove it from the build queue, but let's not do that. So yeah, we don't want to remove it from the build queue. But you can also, once they gather the items and drop them in there, we can see it. Here you can see them crafting it now. They're actually, I think that's them stocking up the items. Yeah. And now you can see the second progress bar there showing the build time. And we're at 2x speed, so it's going to take 15 real-time seconds to build. Meanwhile, they're over here gathering water, or they could be up here washing. Close the menu. Another method to place jobs is world click. The stone sickle has unlocked the clear grass job. Try left clicking on reeds on the shoreline. So that's these here. These are reeds. And we have this button here that pops up whenever you click on anything in the world that allows you to do some task on that item. And once you click that, it automatically selects that. But you can also then continue by dragging more of them. So if you want to gather a bunch of reeds, you can do just like I did. Start with one, and then drag a box to collect a bunch. And let's close the menu. And then we'll wait for them to harvest the reeds for straw. Now everything counts as grass here. At least I think it does. Okay, unlock the Thresher. Harvested straw has unlocked straw walls, straw roofs, and more tools. Harvesting new resources and building new items will unlock even more possibilities. The intro tutorial is about to end, and you are almost ready to take full control of your clanfolk. From now on, alerts will show up on the right when something needs your attention. Remember, you can always left-click alerts to show possible solutions. Try that to continue. Alerts can also be dismissed with a right-click if you do not want help. Prepare for winter. Your clanfolk will need food, warmth, and shelter. Click the alert to complete the tutorial. So now we're kind of on our own, but we will get these alerts here all the time. So there's an ideas tutorial here. Clanfolk unlock ideas by crafting and collecting resources. Click buttons with the unlock icon to find new stuff. So you see this little icon here, and I clicked that, and now I can go here to the ingredients, and it gives me, it shows me here that there is an ingredients stockpile that we can now make here in the stockpile. And this is where you can store crafting ingredients. And it just stores basically like everything. It's like a general stockpile. We don't really have room for it at this exact moment where I would want to put it, I don't think. We could go there with it for now. We'll do a small one. We can expand and move these things around later anytime. Let's go back in here, and we also have the Thresher. The Thresher will process grasses to create seeds and straw. So with 20 straw and 5 branches, 30 seconds of work time, this thing has a high flammability, and we can click it, and then it'll jump us right to there, which is under the Objects Farming menu called Thresher. This is also a 2x2 building, and we can just build it right there, also next to the stockpile. Let's unpause. We need more cleaning spots, so let's go ahead and do that. Wash zone, we'll put one right there. And we also need another drink zone. You can see that right here. Let's do right there. And you can see they're threshing the reeds here to get straw. Let's go up to speed 2. Okay. Are you just about ready to build it? Oh, now you've got to cut the grass. Okay. No, didn't unlock that yet. Let's look back in here in ideas and see if there's anything we can do to unlock something else. All these things here, we can identify them, but we don't know how to make them yet. It'll tell us how we can make them. So in order to get the gravel path, we have to have collected 100 stones. Berry bush, 100 berries. That's to plant new berry bushes, by the way. Again, dry stone fence, 100 stones. Wattle fence, 200 branches. Wattle wall, 200 branches. And so on and so on. We did make the stone sickle because we unlocked this, I think. And then that leads to these items, which then leads to... Oops, I hit space. The ability to plant reeds, flax threading, serving basket, and the Thresher, which we've already unlocked. And then here we'll be able to unlock these things here, and we have no idea what this is. But if we make one flax threading, we'll know how to we'll unlock that. So you can kind of see how it's kind of like a tech tree, similar to a lot of other games' tech trees, but it's also a little different because it actually reminds me a little bit of Sapiens that we just recently played on my channel, because by doing things you unlock more things. Just a little bit different on the implementation, as opposed to it being like a research task. Are you about done? Yeah, working on time now. Okay. Everybody else is bored. I could give them more tasks to do, I suppose. So we've unlocked the Thresher tutorial. Clanfolk use the Thresher to convert grasses into seeds and straw. Click the Jobs menu. In clear grass, drag a selection box over 2 grass tiles. That's these here. These are all grass tiles. They only let me do 2, of course. And then we'll right-click and unpause and speed 2. Next, the Clanfolk need to process the cut grass. Click on the Thresher. And then we want to process the grasses into seeds and straws. Now, you can see that it costs 25 hay and some time to produce 25 hayseed and 25 straw. That's fine. But now one batch of grass is being processed into seeds and straw, but sometimes you want to maintain a constant supply of an ingredient. Straw is often used for crafting, so let's left-click on the auto supply shortcut. Before I do, I want to show you that this recipe and this recipe are identical. 25 in plus 50 seconds equals 25 hayseed and 25 straw. The difference here is kind of like the focus of the item. focusing on the item you want to get out of the recipe. And that's what this tutorial is getting into. This auto supply specifically, that's this little gear up here. So let's say that we don't care how many hay seeds we have. Hay seeds are kind of a byproduct in this scenario of this tutorial. So we want to maintain a certain amount of straw in our inventory at all times. So we click that, and then we drag the slider across. It counts out the first 10, and then it counts by 5 for a little while till 50, and then it counts by 10, and then it counts by 25, and then 100. So you can kind of pick out roughly how much of anything you might want, and I think you can even type in here if you want a specific amount. So that as well. And then right click to close the screen. It's possible to boost the priority of most jobs. Boosted jobs are picked before all others regardless of clan fellow skill ordering. Alright, so you can say, hey, we want to do this more importantly. If you want. And then you can actually left click, oh, that's what you do. Left click thing there to priority boost it. And the Clanfolk will service this job before all others. And then we can turn off the boost as well. And let's go back down to, what was it, 6 or 5? I think it was 5. Outside of tutorials, this button is a shortcut to quickly select the blueprint. So you can click on this, and then that'll let you put basically another blueprint of another Thresher down in the world. This is the Thresher's required work skill, farming. Farmer Clanfolk will haul bundles of grass to the Thresher for processing. The Thresher supplies straw for building and seeds for farming. Straw is flammable. Some animals eat seeds. Right click to close the menu. So yeah, if I had done that now outside of the tutorial, it'll give me another blueprint of another Thresher if we wanted to have another one. Breakdown tutorial. Many items can be broken down and recover their base components. It's also possible to mark grasses to be instantly used as straw. Note, no seeds will be recovered unless grasses are taken to the Thresher. So if we wanted to break down this stack of hay that's been selected here directly into straw, we can do that there. We don't get any seeds, but maybe you don't want the seeds because you get a lot of seeds. So now we're being told, and these are different alerts. We're being told that we need 25 hay due to the shortfall of the auto supplier, and that's what's working on this now. But there's no more hay left to feed into it to make this to satisfy this need. So what we need to do is do another job of clear grass and just thresh or scythe a large area here. Start clearing the land a little bit. Meantime, we can look at this eel trap. Eel traps are a reliable source of food if not overfished. Let's go ahead and place a couple of these down. I think I'll put them down here, or at least one of them. I don't know if it'll let me do more than one. It will. Okay. So if we unpause that and let them build these. Actually, you know what? I'm going to not build this one. Just do the one. For now, for the tutorial purpose. Speed 2, please. We have new jobs here also at the Thresher. You can see that by the lock icon. That's flax stems and oat grain. So if we have sheaths of oats, we can get oat grain and straw out of them. If we have sheaths of flax, we can get flax stems and seeds out of it. And we'll get those. We'll probably already have some of those, but we'll use those a little later. Actually, that's probably what we got it because we unlocked. Yeah, we collected some oats. The bright yellow is oats. Scheduling tutorial. Eel traps are a reliable source of food outside of winter. Click on the eel trap in the center of the screen. And then another method to manage resource supply is to schedule daily tasks. Using auto supply here could trap too many eels, depleting smaller lakes. So let's set up a limited daily catch for this trap. Click the raw eels button to ask the hunter to set the eel trap. Click the raw eels again to request 2 eel catches. So now we're going to collect 10 eels, and then we're going to wait for tomorrow. And this is what this button is for. Then we can also say repeat the build queue, and we can increase the priority. What this is going to do is say every day we want a hunter, because it's a hunting skill, a hunter to come here to this eel trap, gather 10 raw eels, and then be done for the day with this task, and to move on to another task. Increase this clan fellow's hunt skill priority so that the eel trap will be set first thing in the morning. And are you the good hunter? I guess you must be. Can I see? You're a 4, you're a 2, you're a 3, you're a 1, you're a... yeah, okay. So yeah, let's increase this here, and we'll go to top priority. So top priority for Benjamin is to hunt. So no matter what, Benjamin will come to this eel trap, catch 2 batches of eels, 10 eels, and then go do something else for the day. And then, of course, we do not want to overfish lakes, and we need to cook raw eels at the cooking fire, which I'm guessing is the next tutorial. Objects and food and cooking fire. 20 stones plus 5 branches plus 5 seconds yields a cooking fire. Rain stops this thing from working. I had that icon on some of the other things. And it also throws sparks. So the cooking fire provides light, warmth, and cooked food recipes. All fires throw sparks. Place them in clear areas. For safety, place the cooking fire next to the lake, away from grasses. That is going to be a little bit tougher at this exact moment, but I think we could put it right here. You can rotate it, but there's not a whole lot of point there. But I think that's fine. You can see the spark range here is the red circle. So as long as you have stuff outside of 1 tile radius, you're pretty good. But remember, the little circle here is where the person stands when they're using the thing. And it looks like we're also short on stones, so we need to gather some more stones here. And while we're at it, we can also gather some more hay. Oh, we are still gathering hay and oats and things. Okay. Speed 2, please. Unlock the blocker. The blocker is a special kind of stockpile. And there's also a flammable blocker. The blocker keeps items from being dropped in a certain spot. So let's say you're trying to clear a spot, or for some reason you don't want stuff to be put down on the ground in that exact spot. You can put one of these blocker stockpiles down and they won't place anything there. Or more generically, you can allow things to be placed there as long as they're not flammable. So great use for the flammable blocker is right here around the fire, because we don't want anything flammable to be dropped in that circle by accident. Blockers and cooking, it just it tells us that stockpile blockers can be used to prevent Clanfolk from dropping items in an area. Useful to keep items away from fire sparks. You'll need clay water jugs to put out fires. Click the cooking fire to see available recipes. Right now, the only recipe we have is cooked eel. So we could do, we can say we want to craft 5 cooked eels, and they'll start cooking them. You can also use the auto supply button to ensure a constant supply of cooked eels. Let's do that, and we're going to set it to 20 eels per the tutorial. And then we'll close that. The cook will try to maintain a supply of 20 cooked eels at all times. When they can't, well, we'll get yelled at, I think. Next, adding another eel trap that uses the auto supply or daily scheduling could automatically maintain 20 raw eels that the cook will need. Yeah, so let's do that. We'll use the clone tool here, and we'll set this to, actually, we gotta wait till they build it. Okay, we are short on branches as well. Click on a tree and you can gather branches from it, like this. We did all those already. There we go. That'll be a few. And then we also need a stone hoe for digging holes and collecting clay. We can make a stone hoe here at the work zone as well. Let's go ahead and click that and get that started. Okay, good. You're making an eel trap now. Straw and branches. It shouldn't be hard. Let's go up to speed 2 though. We don't have a whole lot of space for them to store the items here, so they're leaving them on the ground. We have unlocked a few more things here, but I think we're going to leave these here and pick these up in the next episode. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you are interested in the game, as interested in this game as I am. If you like these types of games, then it should be right up your alley. The theme is nice, and of course the lack of combat for me is nice. So let's leave this here, and we'll be back again with another episode in a couple more days. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you then. Bye for now.